Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Koshani. I'm from ACC Global Gurgaon branch, India. And today we have with us our team members to join us in this session where we're going to talk about career path in overseas education. I would like to welcome Mr. Ravidesh Kumar and Ms. Akanksha Sharma, who is also going to be a part of this session. So let's just start the presentation. Okay. Now it's very important to know who we are. Who is ACC Global? So I would like to inform you all that our footprints are spread in more over 12 countries, and we have more than 35 offices. And we have most experienced and certified counselors, due to which we have high success ratio of visas, and we have more than 300 partners institutions, which makes us more valuable. But to highlight more about who we are, who is ACC Global, we have a short video for you all. I hope you all will enjoy and will have a glimpse of who is ACC Global. I would request of Desh to please play that video.
Our journey has been long, fulfilling and rewarding. Established in the year 28, our story began to guide and support the students for their study abroad journey. We've helped students in every step for their overseas education, right from handpicking the study destinations, choosing the right course, selecting a university, visa guidance, scholarship info, and more. May 28 marked a whole new beginning. Our first office opened in Melbourne, followed by 3 new offices in Nepal in the year 2011, 2015 and 2016 respectively. By the year 2012, we started helping the onshore students in Sydney and Brisbane. And in no time, we expanded into Southern Europe. We started providing our counseling services in Southeast Asian countries like the Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, and even Malaysia. In the year 2020, we moved to Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka to assist students there. Now, coming to India, where we have extended our roots intensively. Our first offices opened in Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, and Vijayawada in January 2015. And other locations like Ludhiana, New Delhi, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Jalandhar, Vadodara, Gurgaon, Vizag, Kochi, Chennai, and finally Surat. To keep up with the growing demand, we opened an innovation hub in Chennai in 2019 to help improve your overall experience with AECC Global. We have helped thousands of students to achieve their goals, and we can't wait to create more success stories with you.
So students, that was all about ACC Global. Before I take you through this slide, that why you should be planning overseas education for yourself, I have one information for you all, that by the end of this presentation, we are going to play one quiz. And as you all students in today's era are tech friendly, so there is a mobile app called Kahoot. So, we are just dropping in the link also, which you can use to play that quiz. You just have to be very careful during this presentation, and we are going to take a few questions at the end of the presentation, and we have exciting goodies also for the winners. So all the best for that. So let's just start main discussion, that why one should study abroad. Definitely, we do have really good universities in India. Our education system is also really very popular. But there are so many reasons that the students should also plan overseas education. We have seen in recent times there's an inclination on overseas education studies. Student really want to explore the options. Student wants to go abroad. So here are a few points discussing that why one should study abroad. So let's just take all the points one by one, talking about personality development. So personality development is, I would consider, one of the most important factor when student plans to study abroad. Why? Because there you are going to meet lots of people who are from different nationality. Our culture is different, so definitely it is very obvious your personality will develop. You'll have a wider horizon of thinking. International exposure is something which is connected to personality development. With meeting, so many people, having cross cultural exchange, you will be exposed to international era, and hence you will face that you are growing in yourself, your personality is growing. And also, if you study abroad, there's world class education. So when we say world class education, it means the degrees which we are going to get after the overseas education, or maybe studying abroad, holds a worldwide recognition, be it from any other country. Obviously better career opportunities. When anyone is planning to study abroad, one of the main objectives of that particular student is to get better career opportunities, because when you move outside of your country, you'll have better career opportunities, you'll have lots of big organizations in front of you to work with. Practical knowledge, this is something which I have seen a lot of students come up with this factor and just tell us that in India we do have slight inclination towards more theoretical knowledge, but when we talk about abroad education, they pay more homage and they pay more attention towards practical knowledge, practical learning, hands-on activities, which makes students concepts really clear, and it helps you out to grow and to understand the concepts really well. Quality of life, definitely, if we compare the quality of life, the standard of living of bigger countries where student plans to study, definitely it raises your standard of living as well. You'll have better quality of life. Specialized courses, in universities abroad, they keep on doing market research, that what is the course that is trending, what is the course that industrialists or maybe the companies to hire you are looking for in the students. So they keep on doing research, and those courses, they build those courses with students too, and they get lots of better opportunities. Multicultural environment, this is something which I've already covered. Definitely when you move abroad, you'll have people from different nationality, you'll meet them, you'll grow, you understand their culture, they understand yours, and in a way you're growing. Higher degree weightage, definitely if you study abroad, if you study from a different country other than yours, definitely your degree will have more value, more weightage if it is from a very good or reputed university, which strengthen your communication and adaptability skills. This is really very important. This I have seen in lots of students who have moved abroad, for their further education. It really improves your communication skill, most important, because when you move abroad, your culture is going to be different. You're going to meet people from different communities, so it is really important to, by default, you'll see that your communication skills are growing, and also you'll see that you are becoming more adaptable to the new environment. That kinds of makes you more flexible. So these all are the factors, or maybe the reasons that why one should plan to study abroad. Okay, now this is something very interesting. These are really popular faces, eminent personalities of India who have studied abroad. I wish this was a session where you could also come up with the answers, but let's just talk about these popular faces. The first one is Raghuram Rajan. So Raghuram Rajan is the former governor of Reserve Bank of India. He has studied from a very popular and reputed institute of India, which is IIM Ahmedabad, and he has taken his further education from US, from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Now next is Geeta Gopinath. Miss Geeta Gopinath is also a very popular face of India. She is the chief economist of IMF. IMF is International Monetary Fund, and she's also done her education from US, from Harvard University. Now the next face is, he is the father of the nation, very popular. There's no need of introduction. He has also studied from UK, very popular. He has studied from University College London. Now we move to the next slide. Again, very popular faces. The first one is the very popular and eminent and most important personality of our country. He is the former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He has studied from both university, very reputed university, University of Cambridge, University of Oxford, United Kingdom. And the next face is Mr. Ratan Tata. He is very popular industrialist and a gem of a person of our country. He has also taken his education from abroad. He has studied from US. Two very reputed universities he has taken his studies from, Cornell University and Harvard University. Now, the next face is Mr. Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor is obviously a very popular politician of our country, member of Parliament Lok Sabha, but then he is very popular for one of his factor, which is his fabulous vocabulary. You know, if you have to understand his English, you have to have a dictionary. So he has also studied from US from Tufts University. So this was all about who all are the famous Indian personalities. There's a huge list, but we have taken some popular people. Now we are going to come on what are the popular subject areas that one should be choosing to study when they're planning their overseas education. So, similarly, like India, engineering, whether it is computer, robotics, mechatronics, information technology, I mean, any of the, stream, engineering is a really popular stream, really popular subject abroad also. Business, all the business related programs, there's a huge list of what all programs universities are providing. It's also one of the most popular subject area. I'm sure today lots of commerce students must have joined us. A lot of science students have joined us. So these are the popular subject area which you can plan for yourself for your bachelor's or for your master's from abroad. Robotics, computer science, medicine, health science, dentistry, nursing. Medicine, dentistry, nursing is also very popular, very competitive, and very popular. Now comes hospitality. We have hospitality, we have humanity students also today with us. So the opportunities in front of you, the subject areas in front of you to choose for your further education, could be hospitality, could be psychology. The law is very popular, pharmacy, environmental science. All these subject areas which I have just mentioned in the slide are the really popular subject which students choose and have are able to get the career opportunities abroad. Moving ahead. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about popular study destinations. So before starting up with the one by one country analysis, I think there is a right on the right side of this screen. You may found a poll. So on this poll, our team has mentioned a question that which of these destinations you think is the most popular. So I would really advise all of you to participate in that.
So we'll start the poll.
Yeah, please start the poll. Let's just see that students are interested in which of the country. I would request everyone to participate in this poll.
I hope the poll is visible to everyone. And guys, you can write on chat box if you're getting voice properly or not.
I think yes, it's clear. So students, you can see the poll on your right hand side under the poll tab. Please participate so that we can also have a glimpse that which of the country excites you all.
Koshani, the result is there. You can discuss this with.
Okay. So US is our number one, right? Very much expected. And then it's definitely India, yeah, Australia, UK, Canada, and others, definitely. Can we move back to the presentation, please? Okay. Well, students, I would like to tell you one thing that, according to the survey, where there was a survey done to check that which all other countries that comes in the favorite list or maybe are in demand for the international students for their further education. So we have these four countries just pop out of the result of the survey, and where United Kingdom and United States of America, Canada, Australia, they just rock the chart. So today, what we're going to do, definitely there are other countries also where you can plan your further education, but then these four are the prominent international destinations which international student majorly they choose. So we are going to discuss, one by one, almost all the countries, what are the entry requirements, what they have to offer. So starting up with study in Australia. So what we're going to discuss, can we move to the next slide, please? Okay, so first of all, we are going to discuss about levels of education. See, levels of education in any of the country students is definitely going to be the same the way we have here in India. See, just like in India, after 12, student can go for diploma and then bachelor's and PG diploma or master's, and then PhD or any, so levels like this. So similarly, abroad, the levels remains the same. It is foundation course, 6 to 9 months, then diploma, then advanced diploma and bachelor's degree, which varies from 3 years to 4 years in Australia. Now, moving to the next slide. Okay, so every country have their courses to offer, their popular courses, their course of choices. So this slide is definitely of your use as you are the students who are going to choose your courses in the near future. Commerce student, please listen very carefully. So these all are the courses which you can go for, like Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Administration, Business Administration, or Bachelor of Computer Application, BArch, or Bachelor of International Business Marketing. There are a lot of science related, courses also, like MBBS, paramedical, nursing, BSc, health science, psychology. And for humanities students, there are so many courses that they can opt for, like obviously like LLB, social work, something in fashion. Fashion is also one of the most in demand course these days by the students. You can go for journalism. Journalism has so much of scope these days. Mass comm. And then for maths or science students, we have engineering, definitely planning and design, computer application, and stats or mathematics related programs. So these are the courses which, according to your stream, whether you're from commerce, humanities, science, or maybe bio, you can go for these particular courses. We are just talking about Australia at the moment. So now we're going to move to the next slide. Okay, now cost of education. So it's really important students to understand that what is going to be the cost of education if we are going to plan our studies in a particular country. Okay, so the tuition fees ranges from 45,000 to 50,000 Australian dollars. The currency of Australia is Australian dollars. Now, whether it is a science course, business course, arts course, so this is going to be the approx fee structure per annum. Now we are going to talk about the living cost also, which is around 20,000 AUD. Now moving to the next slide. Okay, entry requirement. So there's a myth I would like to clear it out here in this session, that students, if you have scored in your class 12th around 70 or 75, even then you are eligible to apply. It's not like that only the top scholars have a good chance of getting good universities or maybe getting into the abroad education. No, if you have scored somewhere between 70 to 75, or somewhere around this, then definitely you are also eligible to apply. There are different sets of universities which you will be targeting. So these are the basic entry requirement which you can look at. ISET is an exam which students need to give to take admission in healthcare and medicine related courses in Australia. Okay, moving to the next slide. Okay, now when is the right time to apply, and also most important is when does the session starts. So speaking about Australia, July and February are the two major intakes where they start their sessions, and the deadline of each and every university, the deadline of application varies from university to university. Okay. moving to the next slide. Moving to the next slide, please, Avdesh. Okay, so now we are going to talk about scholarships. Okay, so scholarships definitely is one of the most important, factor, which I would say could be a deciding factor also sometimes. Scholarships, there are different scholarships every country is offering, be it Destination Australia scholarship, which which is up to 15,000 Australian dollars, could be Vice Chancellor International Scholarship, up to 100% of tuition tuition fee scholarship, or maybe 50% of tuition fee scholarship. Then there is Academic Excellence Scholarship up to 25%, Dean Scholarship, Endeavour Postgraduate. So basically, there are so many scholarship opportunities which you can avail for your program, whether it is bachelor's, whether it is master's. Universities are providing different sets of scholarship for the international students. Now, with this scholarship, I would like to share one success story. We had a student, her name was Miss Damini Jaising. She was a national shooter with around 90%, and she went for psychology program. She has got the 100% scholarship in sports and Rajasthan Royal, and she has studied from Deakin University. So there's a short testimonial, her success story, which she would like to share with you all. I hope you'll enjoy the video.
Hi, I'm Damini Jaising and I'm a national shooter. I'm planning on pursuing Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from Deakin University. AECC has given me the very good opportunity and perfect guidance from the starting from applying to the university till the last stage of going to Australia. I'm planning on doing my Bachelor of Psychology from Deakin University, and I've just received my 100% scholarship by the right guidance of AECC. I would recommend all the students planning on going abroad to take guidance from AECC, as it really helps you throughout all the stages.
Okay, yeah. So now we're going to discuss, so earlier we discussed that why one should plan to study in Australia. Now we are going to discuss that why one should plan to study in Canada, because Canada is also one of the most popular destination when it comes to the student choice. So we are going to discuss few more important points about this thing. Okay, so moving to the next slide. Okay, why study in Canada? So there are so many reasons, but we have jotted down few most important reasons, just like industry-based courses. I mentioned earlier that all the universities, they keep on doing the research, and whichever the course, whichever the skills the employers in the markets looks for, universities do develop those kinds of courses. So Canada will have industry-based courses. Co-op programs means there'll be programs with internships. Student will get the opportunity to work during their studies. The part-time is allowed for 20 hours per week. In Australia, part-time is also allowed. There are multicultural societies. So Canada being one of the destinations where you'll find people from different communities. You'll have Indians also majority there, but then still you'll have other nationality peoples also there. So that this will create a multicultural environment where you will be able to exchange your culture with them, and obviously adapt to their culture as well. Easy process, and excellent healthcare facilities. Canada is known for its healthcare facilities and affordable education. Now, level of education, just like in Australia, there are level of education in Canada also. Diplomas and advanced diploma which student can take up after class 12 varies from 2 to 3 years, and then there's a bachelor's degree which varies from 3 years to 4 years. Okay, now commerce student, again we have courses for you, so please pay attention here. So commerce student can go for Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Business Administration, or maybe diploma in business. Then there are lots of specialization diplomas also available, specialization courses also available, just like accounting, finance, supply chain, international business, human resource and marketing, and so on. Okay, so commerce being one of the most famous streams, so there are lots of majority course combination available in all the countries almost. Moving to the next slide. Here are the course options available for science students, whether you are from bio or or from other subjects. You have Bachelor of Science, Biology, Health Science, Psychology, Associate of Science, fitness related program, therapy related programs. You have the opportunity to go ahead. So science related students, please pay attention. You'll have these kind of courses in front of you, which you can definitely plan for yourself after completing your class 12. Moving ahead, we have lots of courses students can go for, can plan for. Science student with maths, definitely engineering being the most popular program. You'll have civil engineering, you'll have computer application, you'll have architecture, chemical laboratory technician, bachelor of science in data science, which is one of the most popular program in Canada. So there are other subject combinations also, but these are the to just give you the understanding, these could be the subject choices which you can go for. Moving on to the next slide, here we come for arts and humanities students. So students from arts background, you can go for these courses, whether it is social work, whether it is arts, something related to fashion, psychology, journalism, mass communication. So these are very popular courses for humanities or arts student, which you can definitely plan for yourself in Canada. Now, moving ahead, we have the eligibility. Now, if somebody is planning to study in Canada, what can be the eligibility criteria? So for diplomas and for advanced diplomas, you need to give IELTS and you need to just pass your score with higher second class. And if you're planning your bachelor's degree, then your IELTS score should be 6.56 in each band. Now, what is IELTS? I'm not going to go in depth, but yes, I'm just going to give you a brief idea. What is IELTS? IELTS. IELTS is an English language testing system, which whose score you need to provide or supply to the university or to the college at the time of taking the admission, because you are planning your admission in English speaking country. So they are going to definitely assess your English speaking ability. So that is just English test. Moving ahead, we have we have intakes and application deadline, which is very important. So anyone who is planning their studies abroad need to remember these few dates, which are really important, which you shouldn't be missing, otherwise you'll miss the session. So for undergraduate student, the major intake in Canada is September, and then there is January, which is known as winter, and September is known as fall. The deadline for fall or September intake is somewhere between December to March, and for January somewhere related to June to November. Now, diplomas in Canada are really popular along with the degrees. So there are three major intakes, which is January, which is May, or which is August or September. Now, if somebody is looking for January intake, the deadline is August to September. If somebody is planning for May intake, it varies from January to February, sorry. And if somebody is planning for August or September, then the deadline varies from February to May. So these are the deadlines, student. Please remember if you're planning to study in Canada. Moving ahead, cost of education. We have discussed the cost of education in Australia. Now we're going to discuss the cost of education in Canada. So now the currency of Canada is Canadian dollars. Now for UG diploma or for undergraduate degree program, the fee structure ranges from 12,000 to 16,000 for diploma, and for degree 18 to 30,000. The living cost is is around 10,000 Canadian dollars. Scholarship, scholarship again, it is available, but then it differs from university to university. Moving ahead. Okay, now is the destination United States of America. This was the okay. Students, I hope you can hear me. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm audible. Okay. So now we are going to discuss United States of America. This destination is definitely chosen by majority of you during the poll. So we are going to discuss some major points at why you should be planning your studies in US. Let's go for it. Okay, so these are the reasons which can motivate you or which can inspire you to choose this USA as a study destination. High quality institution. Obviously, you name the top universities and you'll have the name USA in it. Now, diversity of program. US being one of the country where you'll have diversification of programs. You name the program and the universities are going to have it. So all the latest programs, all the advanced programs required by the employers in the market, you'll find that in the US universities. Academics excellence, quality, facilities, resource, faculty. Obviously, United States being the most developed country, popular country, they have advanced technology, whether it is teaching methodology or related to labs. Definitely, they have advanced technology. They focus more on pragmatic approach, just like other countries. So you'll have more on hands-on training and internship opportunity. You'll be exposed to technical knowledge and post-study work opportunities. You'll find that in US. Moving ahead, level of education, we have discussed level of education of Canada, Australia. Now we're going to discuss for US. So 2 years associate degree. 12 after 12th you can go for an associate degree program, which will be of 2 years duration. Undergraduate degree will be of 4 years, and associate degree plus undergraduate, if you just plus both these degrees, then it is going to be of 4 years. So undergraduate program in US is of 4 years only. Moving ahead, okay, so these all are going to be the study option, more or less, whether it is Australia, Canada, or any other country, the options or the courses available for you under particular stream, whether it is commerce or science or bio, it's going to be definitely the same. So definitely commerce student will have the same course option, bio student will have the same course option, and goes with the arts and maths also. Okay, moving ahead. Okay, so these are going to be the fee structure. Average fee structure ranges from 15,000 to 45,000, United States dollars, and the living cost ranges from 8,000 to $15,000. Moving ahead, now the entry requirement. So if somebody is planning to study abroad, what is the minimum, entry requirement that you should keep in mind, because you all are just in school studying. So you can just remember these entry requirements so that you can plan your whole education according to this. So if somebody is looking for diplomas, you should have 60% above in class 12. If somebody is looking for bachelor's, 60% above in class 12 is a minimum. And there are lots of competitive exam scores also, which US university will ask for, whether it is SAT or ACT. These are the aptitude tests, which are very popular. I'm sure you must be aware of SAT and ACT scores. Lots of schools are organizing. So, these scores are really required when you want to go ahead with the US universities. And then IELTS, TOEFL, PT, Duolingo, these are the English language testing, exams, which you need to take up either of these in order to be qualified enough to go ahead with the US universities. Going ahead, now what are the major intakes? These are also very important for students planning for USA, that what are the sessions they're going to target. Now, fall being the September, spring being the January, so these are the intakes which you can target. Now, when somebody is looking to study in any of the abroad university, you should be planning your education before 6 to 8 months mentioned in the slide. There are lots of documents, there are lots of because admission getting is going to be competitive. So it is advised to prepare your application and to submit the application before 6 to 8 months in advance. Moving ahead. Okay, now is the last country which we are going to discuss, which was in the list, which is why study in United Kingdom. So along with Australia, along with Canada, United States, and United Kingdom is also one of the most popular destination for the international students. Along with US, if you want to name some top ranked university, you'll have in UK also. Now, before I start, telling you more about United Kingdom is a country that is made up of 4 countries, which is very popular. Which is England, which is Scotland, which is Wales, and which is Northern Ireland. So it is made up of 4. Now going ahead, why one should plan for UK? We have gone through the reasons for Australia. We have gone through the reasons for Canada, US. Now comes for UK. The education institution for UK are worldwide recognized. They have some really top-notch universities which holds worldwide recognition. The affordable fee structure also motivates the student to choose United Kingdom many times. United Kingdom is also very popular in giving different types of scholarships to the students. part-time work opportunities also available in United Kingdom, which is 20 hours per week. Now, after completing your studies, United Kingdom provides you 2 years of stay back to just stay there and find jobs or employment opportunities for yourself, just like other countries. Cost of living is low, and research institutions, UK is well known for research institutions as well. So this is also one of the reasons. And if you have really good score, we can definitely plan for IELTS waiver also, which is subjective to the university which we are going to apply. Moving ahead, levels of education, we have discussed the remaining three countries levels of education. Now we're going to discuss about UK. You'll have foundation courses of 6 to 9 months. Then we have bachelor's degree 3 to 4 years. 4 years, 1 year will be the placement year. I will not go in depth, but yeah, I'll just tell you that bachelor's degree varies from 3 to 4 years. The duration varies from 3 to 4 years. Moving ahead, now let's discuss the cost of education. So the currency of United Kingdom is pounds. And if we talk about the tuition fees, it ranges from 9,000 to 30,000, pounds. The basic tuition fees per annum, and the living cost varies from 9,000 pounds to 12,000 pounds. Moving ahead, entry requirement, we have discussed remaining three countries entry requirement. Now we're going to talk about UK entry requirement. Okay, so somebody who is planning for certificate course, HND course, bachelor's program, I would say that the minimum requirement that the student should have varies from 60 to 75% in your class 12. So I would really like to wish all of you all the best to score as good as marks you can, so that you can aim best of the best universities. There are few courses which require some aptitude test scores also. If you want to apply for LLB, LNET score is required, and if you want to apply for MBPS, UCAT or BMAT score is required, which is an additional information for you students. Moving ahead, obviously now this is another really important slide. When somebody is planning to study in UK, then which session you should be targeting ideally, and when is the right time to apply. Now UK has two major intakes. When I say, I mean two major sessions. One starts in January and one starts in September. The application deadline for top ranked universities is 15th October, which includes Oxford and Cambridge also, along with medicine and dentistry. And the second deadline for application is 15th January 2022. So these deadlines are really important. You should keep in mind in case you're planning to study in UK. These are the deadlines which you need to keep in mind. If you miss these deadlines, you'll have to target the next year then. So it's very important to keep these deadlines in mind. Moving ahead, graduate immigration route. Okay, now I've covered this earlier in why we should be targeting, or we should be planning to studying in UK basically. So UK provides you 2 years of stay back. When I say stay back, after completing your studies, whether it is bachelor's or master's or any other level of education, after completing your education, you'll have entire 2 years in front of you to find opportunities for yourself. So this is the facility the country is providing. Also, you will be allowed to do part-time 20 hours per week during your education. So this is something additional information which is going to help you out. Now we are going to talk about documents checklist. So students, it is really important to know that what all documents you should be preparing, or you should start preparing in case you're planning for studying in abroad. So basically your class 10th mark sheet, your 12th mark sheet, and in case you're planning for masters, then your graduation mark sheets and your degree, provisional degree, or master's degree would work. And IELTS scorecard, I mentioned you what is IELTS. It's an English language test. So that score you need to attach along with the application. In case you are applying to UK or Australia or US, you can definitely apply without the score, but in Canada it is mandatory. This is something in-depth information I'm telling you, but I'm just to give you a brief. This is score is required. You can plan to give this exam. Now talking about GRE and GMAT, this is required if somebody is planning for masters. These are the aptitude test. CV is required in case you have some achievements, some work experience work related information you want to share with the university, then definitely resume or CV is required. Passport copy, obviously we are applying to study abroad, so passport is really important. So the front page and the last page is really important to attach with the application. Now, the next two important documents I would like to highlight here is for especially for students who are planning to study bachelor's. This is statement of purpose, which is popularly known as SOP. Right, SOP is known as statement of purpose. It is basically like an essay about you. Who are you, where are you from, why are you planning your education from abroad, and which course are you planning to, what motivates you to apply for that particular course, especially in that country. So you have to explain everything just like an essay. There are few guidelines which definitely the counselors can share it with you and can help you out in framing those statement of purpose. The next is letter of recommendation. I'm sure some of you must have heard of this document, which is popularly known as LOR, letter of recommendation. So letter of recommendation you take from your faculties who are teaching you. This is basically a reference or maybe a kind of a recommendation that they're recommending you to the university you want to apply. So this is one of the important documents. So you need to provide 2 to 3 letter of recommendation during the application and statement of purpose. You need to prepare in order to apply in studying abroad. Okay, so these were the documents which are required to study abroad. Now, I have one most important information for all of you students. AECC Global is coming up with university sessions. So I've just given you the overview of the countries, but I've not shared the in-depth information of what all universities are there in those countries. So for you, we are bringing this opportunity where you can attend university sessions. For Canada, please save this date. It is going to be really helpful for you students. For Canada, it starts from 30th of September till 9th of October. For UK, it starts from 4th of October till 14th of October. And for Australia, it starts from 21st of October till 29th of October. Now, what is uni sessions? Uni sessions are the university sessions, which are definitely virtually. You will get the opportunity to meet the official representative of the university virtually online, and you'll have the opportunity to discuss your profile on one-to-one basis. I mean, it is not going to be a case like, there's a kind of a group thing or seminar thing where somebody is coming and just, speaking about the university. No, this is not going to be the session. University session will be a one-to-one session, obviously virtually, where you'll get the opportunity to discuss your profile, your questions, your queries. In case your parents also wants to join, they're most welcome, and you can meet the universities in person, so virtually. So for Canada, the dates are these. For UK and Australia, you can see the dates on the slide. And I would really request all of you to join our university session, to get in touch with us, so that you can get the opportunity to meet the universities. Thank you so much, all of you, for being such a patient audience, such a lovely audience. Thank you so much. I hope the session was informative, and you have get to know a lot of information, insights about overseas education. What I'm going to do is, I will be dropping in. I would request my colleague, Mr. Avdesh, to drop our contact details. In case the students want to contact us for their overseas education plans, they can get back to us.
Prashani will be having this quiz, so ask everyone to stay back. So
perfect. I would request all of you to stay back. We are going to have a quiz. Kahoot, the quiz which I mentioned earlier. Link. Okay, so Avdesh,
so guys,
can you provide the link?
There will be top 3 who will be winning. We'll be having some prizes for them. So there is this Kahoot app which you can download, or you can just on your phone, you can just type it kahoot.it. Once it is done, just let me know and I'll start the quiz.
Sure. So students, there are 2 options which you can use. Either in case you have a smartphone, please download
Maybe,
Kahoot app.
Prashani, you can type it on the chat box. Kahoot.
Okay. Or you can use this link to join the quiz. Please participate as maximum as you can, because we have some exciting prizes also for you all. So this is the link which you can use to join in, or you can download Kahoot app. This is an app which you can download from your
I
place.
so we have 40 students. So guys, once the quiz is start, you'll not be able to enter. That's why I'm saying. So if you have just 1 minute to join this. So D is the answer. Only 5 people have marked the correct answer. So Navya is the on top right now. Second question.
Wow, good Navya, all the best.
Correct answer is USA, and 24 people have marked the correct answer.
Wow, superb.
So Navya is again on top. Next question is, what is the capital of Australia? So there is some spelling mistake. It's capital, guys. It's Canberra, and 11 people have answered correct. So Navya is again leading the chart. Shivam is on second, and Ayush on third. Guys, this is Trinity University. Okay, there is again a spelling mistake. It's Trinity University.
This question is interesting.
Oh, so guys, the answer is correct. Answer is A, and 12 people have marked it correct.
Navya is on fire. Good.
Nice. Ayush second, Tushar on third.
Tusharanda, yes.
What is the full form of SOP?
Let me see how many students are going to give the correct answer. I just said this thrice.
So yeah, maximum number of students has marked it correct. 28.
Perfect. You guys were really attentive. Superb. Navya is ruling the chart.
Guys, this is abroad university. Again, there is some little spelling mistake. Oh, it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
So true is the correct answer, guys.
Yes.
Let's see who is topping the chart. Oh, it's Navya again. Ayush second. Dia. Dia has risen to the chart on third number.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. Abdesh, can you mute yourself? There's a lot of disturbance at your end.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So 15th October is the correct answer. Congratulations to the winner.
So Navya is again on top, Ayush
Yeah.
second, Dia on third.
Wow, Navya,
There's
you're
just
ruling the chart.
three question remaining.
Yes.
Identify the country shown in the image. I hope you are able to see the image.
Students are giving answers so quickly. Abdesh, just see that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, 25 people got it correct. It's United Kingdom.
Yes, UK.
So there is a fierce competition between Navya and Ayush. I can see 300 points difference.
Hmm.
Guys, this one, I think you should, everyone should get it correct.
Yeah.
Hmm. 19 people got it correct.
Hmm. Navya and Ayush they stick to this position now.
So guys, this is the last question. I hope you everyone get this answer correct. What are the major intakes in USA, UK, and Canada?
With intake, we mean major sessions.
Only 8 people got it correct. Let's see who are the winners now.
Congratulations, Diya Mehra.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ayush. And here's the winner.
So Navya is the
Navya.
winner.
Congratulations to all the winners.
You can take a screenshot, guys.
Yeah, I'm also taking the screenshot. Just give me a moment. Yeah, here we go.
So Navya got 9 correct out of 10. Ayush got 8 correct out of 10, and Dia got 7
correct out of
10. So guys, there are
Yes.
like some goodies which I will be delivering to your school, to Manmeet ma'am. Okay, so winners will be getting goodies from our end, and again the goodies are surprise, so I'm not telling you what it is. Okay, so it will be delivered to your school, to Manmeet ma'am, and you can collect it from Manmeet ma'am. Okay.
Perfect.
So, Kushani, we can end the session now. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
if you have guys any question, you can just write it on chat box. We can take 1 or 2 questions.
Yeah. So Swayam, there's a question at your end that you're looking for the PPT. So what we'll do is we are just dropping, Abdesh, can we just drop in our contact details here so that students who have any doubt or who want to contact us for their education plan, they can get back to us?
Yes, I'm just sharing my email ID.
Yeah. So Swayam, it is for you, and for other students also, you can just save our contact details and you can get back to us for any of your queries.
So this is my email ID. In case if you have any question, you can get in touch with me over this email ID. Apart from this, you can reach out to Manmeet ma'am also. Like you can coordinate with her, and again I'll get in touch with you and I'll provide you the solution. Okay.
Perfect. So, do anyone of you have any other question to ask? I can see no question, Abdesh.
Okay, everyone. So it was a very nice session. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being such a lovely audience. Thank you for being a part of this session. I hope it was informative. In case you have any doubt or for any further query, please get back to us. Thank you so much and all the best for your studies.